Welcome to the Mystery and History channel. Be sure to subscribe and like so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. D-Day was one of the most significant moments of World War II. On June 6, 1944, Allied troops landed on the beaches of Normandy, France, beginning the liberation of occupied Europe and establishing a historic milestone. Market Street in San Francisco appears devastated shortly after the Great Earthquake of 1906. The image reveals the destruction caused by both the quake and the subsequent fires that consumed much of the city. The city of Berlin appears devastated at the end of World War II, reflecting the destruction caused by Allied bombings in the final years of the conflict. The iconic Brandenburg Gate is among the affected landmarks. The old city of Dresden, Germany appears devastated after Allied bombings during World War II. The photo taken from the City Hall Tower on February 15, 1945, reveals the ruins after nights of intense attacks. The Italian ship Andrea Doria begins to sink after colliding with the Swedish ship Stockholm off the coast of New York on July 25, 1956. The accident resulted in the deaths of 46 people. Vietnamese orphaned children are transported to the United States during Operation Baby Lift in 1975. This humanitarian effort took place at the end of the Vietnam War, evacuating more than 3,300 orphans to new homes in various countries. Dorothy Counts walks toward school in North Carolina in 1957, becoming the first black girl to attend an all-white institution in the United States. On her first day, she faced significant hostility and discrimination. A boy enjoys an ice cream while sitting on a naval mine that washed up on the beach in Deal, Kent, in February 1940. This unusual scene took place during the World War II. Nestori Lindström, an 11-year-old Finnish boy, runs away from home during the Continuation War to assist on the Northern Front against the Soviets. This conflict between Finland and the Soviet Union took place from 1941 to 1944. British troops leave Hong Kong in September 1950 to join UN forces in South Korea during the Korean War. This was a significant moment in the conflict, as the United Kingdom and Allies supported South Korea against the northern invasion. SPD Dauntless dive bombers are assembled at the Douglas Aircraft Plant in El Segundo, California, in 1943. These aircraft played a crucial role for the United States in World War II, especially in the Battle of Midway. Wounded Indian soldiers received treatment inside the Royal Pavilion in Brighton, Sussex, which was converted into a military hospital in 1918 during World War I. Manfred von Richthofen, known as the Red Baron, became one of the most renowned fighter pilots of World War I. As a German aviation ace, he was responsible for shooting down 80 enemy planes, becoming a military legend. A street stall sells bananas in Berlin in 1937. This period marked significant economic and social transformations in Germany under the government of the time. A Soviet-style military parade takes place in the streets of Kabul in 1983 to commemorate the 5th anniversary of the 1978 Sour Revolution in Afghanistan. This event brought the People's Democratic Party of Afghanistan to power with Soviet support. The headquarters of the Italian Fascist Party displays a massive image of Mussolini in 1934, surrounded by the word "Yes" repeated multiple times, symbolizing support for the regime. Bob Hope, renowned comedian and television host, is seen entertaining American troops in Vietnam during a Christmas show in 1970. He became known for his frequent performances aimed at boosting soldiers' morale. A massive demonstration in support of French President Charles de Gaulle takes place in 1968 during the May riots in Paris. Around 300,000 Parisians gather to show their support as the country faces a wave of protests and strikes. Fidel Castro smokes a cigar while wearing 2 Rolex watches during a meeting with Nikita Khrushchev in 1963. The image reflects the alliance between Cuba and the Soviet Union after the 1959 Cuban Revolution. U.S. Vice President Al Gore prepares to speak to White House staff in December 1998 after the House of Representatives voted to impeach President Bill Clinton. A man carries his mother to vote in India's first general election in 1952. This historic moment marked the country's first democratic exercise after gaining independence from British rule in 1947. The sleek 1937 Cadillac 516 Series 90 Cabriolet, designed by Hartmann, stands out as a masterpiece of 1930s automotive design, known for its sophisticated and aerodynamic lines. A teenage Vladimir Putin poses for a photo in the 1960s alongside his friends. The image captures a casual moment from his youth when he lived in Leningrad, now St. Petersburg. Stephen Hawking and his wife, Jane Wilde, pose for a photo in 1965, shortly after getting married. At the time, Hawking was at the beginning of his academic career, which would make him one of the greatest theoretical physicists in history. Miners work in the gold mines of Serra Pelada, Brazil, during the 1980s. The image became one of the most striking of the period, capturing the intensity and extreme working conditions in the mining site. A store window in Tokyo, captured in 1950, showcases live models wearing swimsuits, a common strategy at the time to attract customers and promote fashion trends. During the post-war period, Japan was undergoing an intense process of reconstruction and modernization. One of the most crowded beaches ever recorded appears in the image, captured in the 1950s. In the post-World War II period, beaches in various parts of the world became popular destinations for leisure and tourism. A woman works in the kitchen of a farmhouse in Montana around 1900. The image captures daily life and working conditions on a farm as she performs a household task. The makeshift homes of Cinder Point, located between the railroad and the Illinois River in Peoria, Illinois, are seen in this 1938 image. Small, improvised structures reflect the difficult housing conditions of the time. A sharecropper family rests in a car near Charleston, South Carolina, in 1938. At that time, many sharecroppers were farmers who cultivated land owned by other people. Children play in the streets of Berlin in 1927, enjoying themselves around a public fountain, a common feature in German cities at the time. They interact with the water spontaneously, reflecting a simple and accessible moment of leisure. The home of a temporary worker in the sugarcane fields near New Iberia, Louisiana, is a small trailer used as a temporary residence for rural laborers in the area. Gary Anderson, a 23-year-old designer, works alongside a colleague in 1970 as he sketches the iconic recycling symbol, which would become one of the most recognized environmental logos in the world. A police officer tests a riot control suit in the 1950s, while a volunteer takes part in the demonstration. The scene highlights the advancements in the development of protective gear for security forces. Sting, the famous musician from the band The Police, poses in 1979, riding a Vespa GS 160. The motorcycle is equipped with multiple headlights, a signature element of the mods, a youth subculture that had a strong influence on 1960s culture. A small child sits at a simple table, apparently eating from a bowl, in an image titled, "Hunger is the Best Cook." Component placement taken by Myra Albert Wiggins in 1898. An improvised tent is set up with the help of a Harley-Davidson motorcycle, providing shelter for 2 men seated under the outdoor structure. The side of the motorcycle serves as the foundation for the covering. An early innovation in homemade campers appears in the image, featuring the sign "Suits Us" above the windshield. This adapted vehicle for long trips is one of the first motorhome models created by road trip enthusiasts. The experimental Lehitra tank bike, designed in 1939, attempts to combine tank-like features with the functionality of a motorcycle. A group of people gathers in front of shops in a small town in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, in 1880. The scene captures the activity and daily life at the end of the 19th century. A Navajo man wears a ceremonial mask and an outfit representing Nayenezgani, a heroic figure in Navajo mythology. Nayenezgani is known for defeating the Anaye, malevolent or monstrous beings in Navajo tradition. A tambourine vendor walks through the streets of Naples, Italy, in the early 1900s, carrying multiple instruments stacked on his head. This practice was common among street vendors at the time. Workers, known as hoppers, use wooden stilts to harvest hops in Faversham, England in 1920. The use of these stilts helped them reach the tall plants in the hop fields. Julia Child prepares spaghetti alongside Mr. Rogers from the show Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood in 1974. This unexpected moment brings together two major figures in American television. Different men's hairstyles from the 1970s reflect the variety of popular cuts at the time. During this decade, men experimented with everything from short and neat styles to longer and more voluminous looks. A soldier from the Red Army Guard poses for a photo in the Soviet Union in 1925, next to an impressively large hat. This object, used for propaganda or entertainment, symbolized the strength of the Army. The Macy's shipping department in New York during the 1940s is bustling with an employee sorting through a stack of packages. The image reflects the high shipping demands in the retail industry during that time. A scene from 1965 in Lithuania shows uniformed police officers marching as two women walk by wearing short skirts, reflecting the growing popularity of this fashion trend at the time. Two women walk down the street wearing stylish clothes typical of 1910, holding an umbrella. The caption says, "Fashions change, but fashion itself lives on." A Ford car television from 1965 is installed on a car dashboard. This innovative model was one of the first examples of in-vehicle entertainment, anticipating a futuristic concept for its time. The scene highlights the testing of the Dynasphere vehicle in Bean Sands, England. Created by Charles H. Garrett in the 1930s, this experimental invention used spherical wheels to improve mobility and reduce friction. The sending of the first email, which took place in 1971, marked the birth of digital communication, permanently changing the way people connect and share information. The first passengers of the New York Subway Board on its inauguration day, October 27, 1904. This moment marked the beginning of one of the largest and most important public transportation systems in the world. Jonathan, a giant tortoise from the Seychelles, feeds at Plantation House in St. Helena between 1882 and 1886. Considered the oldest living land animal, Jonathan is still alive today. A view of Fulton Street Station in New York, showing the elevated train line running from Pearl Street to Maiden Lane. This station operated from 1878 to 1950. Roy Campanella, a renowned baseball player, bids farewell to Ebbets Field in Brooklyn on February 23, 1960. Playing for the Brooklyn Dodgers, he left a lasting mark on the sport with his skill and resilience. A vast oil field in Signal Hill, Long Beach, California, in 1937 is filled with drilling towers, creating a landscape that resembles a forest of metal structures. The sleek New York Central Mercury train is stationed at the bustling Union Station in Cleveland on a day in November 1936. This renowned passenger train connected New York and Chicago, offering a comfortable and modern travel experience for its time. A family rides together down the street on an innovative four-person bicycle in 1939. This invention was designed to allow multiple people to share the cycling experience at the same time. The famous train accident at Montparnasse Station in Paris, France, made history in 1895. The incident happened when an incoming train lost control and crashed into the retaining wall. Passengers board the Sikorsky S-40, a Pan Am seaplane, around 1931. This pioneering aircraft was designed for transatlantic and transpacific travel. Workers paving Compton Avenue, north of Merrimack, in St. Louis, Missouri in 1908 are depicted in this scene. In the image, several rows of bricks are laid along the street as workers walk between them. Walter Thornton, a bankrupt investor, attempts to sell his luxury car, a Chrysler Imperial 75 Roadster, for just $100 on the streets of New York on October 29, 1929. This event took place during the stock market collapse, known as the 1929 crash. The dashboard of the 1982 Aston Martin Lagonda features a futuristic design for its time. The interior combines fine wood, light-colored leather, and electronic buttons, reflecting the model's technological sophistication. Cats try to catch streams of milk while a man milks a cow in California in 1954. The scene captures a fun and spontaneous moment of rural life as the cats, either hungry or curious, approach the fresh milk. A woman works in haymaking in Cogni, Italy in 1959 in an image captured by photographer Pepe Mauricio. The scene reflects traditional rural work in the Italian Alps, where women played essential roles in agriculture. Children play at Hiawatha Playfield in Seattle in 1912. Playground equipment such as swings and climbing bars was much taller and more challenging at the time, reflecting a simpler and often riskier approach to children's play. The Statue of Liberty seen from the torch provides a unique perspective of this famous monument. The image highlights the towering crown and the statue's rays as seen up close from the highest point. A statue of Anubis found in Tutankhamun's tomb during Howard Carter's 1922 expedition stands out in this scene. Anubis, the Egyptian god of mummification and the afterlife, was often depicted in tombs. Two children are hugging each other in an affectionate and close moment, conveying a strong message of mutual support. The caption says, "Be grateful for what you have." A man climbs the torch of the Statue of Liberty in the 1930s. This striking image captures the effort and bravery of workers responsible for maintaining iconic monuments like this one. The Whirlpool Aerocar makes its first crossing over the Niagara River Gorge in August 1916. Designed to transport passengers over the turbulent waters, the cable car provides a breathtaking view of Niagara Falls. The Abu Simbel Temple in Egypt is carefully relocated between 1964 and 1968 after rising waters caused by the construction of the Aswan High Dam. Originally built in the 13th century BCE during the reign of Ramses II, the temple was dismantled and rebuilt at a higher location for preservation. A Cuyahoga electric car is being charged in 1910, showcasing one of the early methods of powering electric vehicles, long before their widespread adoption in recent decades. A Untold automobile, manufactured in 1898 in Paris, stands out as one of the early innovations in the automotive world. The car draws attention for its stylish design for the time and its use of emerging technologies. Gamers take part in the 1980 Space Invaders Championship, the first major video game tournament in history. This event became a milestone for the world of electronic games. Two lumberjacks hold a two-man saw in front of the massive trunk of a giant sequoia in California in 1917. These trees are famous for their impressive height and longevity, ranking among the tallest and oldest in the world. A mother pushes a baby carriage equipped with an innovative system that made handling easier. This model was designed to make pushing the carriage lighter and more practical for daily use. The towering Nelson's Column in Trafalgar Square, London, undergoes its first cleaning since its construction in 1843. Dedicated to Admiral Horatio Nelson, this structure has become one of the city's most iconic landmarks. A man wears television glasses in 1963, a futuristic invention of the time that allowed for a more portable and personal way to watch TV. The glasses featured antennas and a built-in screen, an attempt to make television viewing more convenient. Children wear straw capes while walking to a New Year's event in Niigata, Japan in 1956. These traditional garments, called mino or token, were used to protect against snow and the harsh winter cold. Bustling Times Square in Manhattan comes to life in December 1912, with carriages and pedestrians filling the streets. The scene reflects the energy and dynamism of this iconic urban center. An ironworker waves to his coworker on the 88th floor of the new Empire State Building in 1930. This moment captures the bravery and skill of the workers who helped construct this New York landmark. A group of people plays chess on Broadway at the intersection with West 49th Street in Manhattan in August 1986. The scene captures the vibrant energy of urban life with multiple chess tables set up on the sidewalk. A woman churns butter while reading a book in 1897. The scene portrays a common household task of the time, blending work with a quiet moment of reading. People stroll through the streets engaging in window shopping in 1920. This practice became common as stores started displaying their products more attractively, drawing pedestrians to admire the merchandise. Dr. Evarts Graham collects cigarette tar in 1953 to study the carcinogenic effects of tobacco. He was one of the first doctors to research the harms of smoking. The newly completed Empire State Building in the 1930s is seen from New Jersey. At the time, this skyscraper became the tallest building in the world, symbolizing the peak of engineering and progress. Marilyn Monroe is photographed reading Ulysses by James Joyce in 1954. This portrait reveals a more introspective side of the actress, known for her film career and cultural icon status. A crowd gathers on the bustling State Street in Chicago in 1895. The image captures the city's hustle and bustle during a period of intense industrial and urban growth, as Chicago established itself as one of the largest centers in the United States. A man sits in front of a pickup truck loaded with a massive pile of tires in a 1966 photo titled "Man Experiences Irony." Japanese-American architect Minoru Yamasaki poses next to a model of the Twin Towers, which he designed for the original World Trade Center in the 1960s. The scene depicts the renowned surrealist artist Salvador Dali walking with an anteater in 1969. Dali, known for his eccentric mind and works that challenged reality, had a peculiar taste for animals, and this anteater was among his favorites. One of the oldest surviving photographs, taken in the 1860s, depicts the early stages of photography. During this period, techniques like daguerreotype were still used, making these images rare and valuable. An experimental model of a mech suit, attributed to World War II research projects, is featured in the scene. These suits were part of technological studies developed during the period.